Hey everyone, Ryan here. So I think it's been about 2 weeks since I've been in the hives. Up here, the bear has not been back. That's a positive note. So this past weekend, the Copper Country Farm Bureau sponsors a farm on the town. And I did go in on Friday and grab a couple frames so I could put together a viewing hive and take that to that on Saturday morning. But I need to get in and make some splits here so I can get some queens started. The weather's warming up, so we should be getting to temps where once they hatch, they'll be able to do their mating flight. But the hives are all still intact. No more issues with the bear, that's the big thing. But we're gonna take the hive there that's behind me and take a split out of it and hope that it requeens itself. I'll do a walkaway split, probably a 4 or 5 frame. I got a couple 5 frame new boxes that I'll use. So I'll take you along, show you how I do that. So we're right on the beginning of nectar flow. The clover, we just started to blossom. And the trefoil as well. They're maybe a little bit farther ahead than the clover, but it's right there at the beginning. So they're going to be in production mode here. I don't want to disturb them too much, but I do want to get a nuke started. So we'll pull a couple frames. So the setup I use is pretty simple. I've got a 5 frame nuke. It actually fits 4 frames better, so I'll probably just put 4 frames in there. I haven't had an issue with that, and you can get 5 in there, but they're tight, so I'll throw 4 frames in there, taking them out of the hive. I got 4 frames to replace the ones I take, and I might just take 3. We'll see once we find. Knock some more bees in there, cover it up, set it off to the side. Any of the worker bees that go out and forage usually will go back to the main hive, so that's why you want to make sure you knock plenty of bees in. If you're not familiar with beekeeping, let me explain what's going on. So in a beehive, there are 2 types of eggs that are laid, fertilized and unfertilized. A fertilized egg will become either a queen or a worker bee. An unfertilized egg will develop into a drone. The difference between a queen egg and a worker egg takes place after day 3. So for the first 3 days, the egg is fed royal jelly. For a queen bee, the rest of its life, it'll be fed royal jelly. For a worker after day 3, the bee will be fed or eat a mixture of pollen, nectar, or honey. So by feeding the eggs of workers royal jelly for the first 3 days, any of those eggs can be grown into a queen by continuing to feed it royal jelly. So by creating an emergency in the hive, by removing these frames and bees from the main hive in an absence of a queen, the bees will respond by drawing out an emergency queen cell in an effort to requeen themselves. So that's what it looks like. Once I pulled the frames, I had to go actually into the second deep to find a frame with some eggs on it. So I got a frame there that's got quite a bit of nectar and a little bit of pollen, empty frame, and then 2 with brood. The one had a little bit of eggs, so they should have something to use to draw out the emergency queen. I was actually worried going through the frames how few eggs I was seeing, and then once I got done, put it all back together, I figured I'll take a look at the supers, and then they had eggs up in the super. So the queen's in there, she's doing fine. She was just laying higher in the hive than I would have liked. So there we go, made a walkaway split. We'll come back in probably 4 days. This coming weekend I'll come in, check, see, once, make sure that they got a queen cell, emergency queen cell started. And if they do, they'll be all set for a couple weeks until it hatches, and make sure she makes it back and starts laying. So I usually have about a 50% success rate, so I'll see once how things go at that point, whether I decide to make another one to give myself another chance. I do have a 2 frame that I pulled out for this weekend that I'll take and put out and see once if that takes and makes a queen as well. So a couple splits going on here. Nectar flow is just starting. These should be set for a while. They haven't even started into the supers on the one box, and I'm not too worried about the other ones. They still had a ways to go building up before they were to have those boxes filled on the other hives. So maybe next weekend I'll try to get into them, but I got other projects I got to get done here. We're going to be starting hay making probably next week. We got some rain in the forecast for this week, but it's coming up soon. We'll be on that, and I've got a roof to replace in my house before then, so I've got plenty of work to do and plenty of things to keep busy. Hey everyone, so it's been just over a week since I did the walkaway split. I haven't had a chance to get back up and look at it, so I'm up here today. Granted, it's not the best day to be in the beehives, cloudy and overcast and windy, but I wanted to check to see once, make sure that it's producing a queen cell and that I didn't make a mistake and move the queen. I should have done this about 3-4 days ago, but today's the day it's going to get done. So there's not much to what I'm doing. I'm just looking to see if they have a queen cell started. That outside frame didn't have anything on it, so I don't have to worry about looking at that one. So let me lift this out and I'll show you what I find. Right there. 1, 2. It looks like they've got 2 of them. Just what I'm looking for. That's all I need to know. Don't see any other ones on that side. But we'll put it back together. Nice and easy not to damage them. With emergency queen cells in there. The queen is not there, so that means she got left in the hive where she was supposed to be. That's all I wanted to check. I'll update you next time I'm in here.